The Silent Cartographer is probably the most important mission in this game as far as assessing their priorities with the remake, which is probably why they chose to show it off last year at the World Showcase. Because I think most people, when they think of Combat Evolved, they probably think of Silent Cartographer. It's probably the first thing to come to mind because it's the at least I think it's the most core. It is the core representation that is wholly emblematic of everything that makes Comet Evolve what it is, in that it's a totally open-ended environment. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want, go in any direction you want, drive out into the ocean if you want. You can complete objectives in different orders. It doesn't lock you into having to play the level a specific linear way. So it makes sense that you'd want to show that off as the representation of this is what our vision for the remake is. It is a shame that it did not do wonders for communicating what that vision was, but while the library and 343 Guilty Spark are the most important levels that they have to nail as far as maintaining the spirit of the original game, how they handle the Silent Cartographer, I think, will speak more volumes to what their general approach is to the campaign as a whole. And the easy way to test this is to not play the game the way it wants me to. I'm going to go over here, because the cool thing about Silent Cartographer in the original game was that you didn't have to play the game the way they wanted you to. You could, well, I say want you to. I say that as if the game doesn't let you tackle objectives or whatever where you want. I mean, the way that you don't have to do it the way that you're encouraged to do so out of the gate, I guess I should say.
Look for a large entrance structure built into the cliffs.
And I gotta be honest, I was fully expecting that the game was going to soft lock me there. Also, what is that?
I've marked the entrance with a nav point.
That is interesting. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it looks cool. Huh. I'm trying to think of what that would be. It kind of gives vibes of the Spyros from Halo Infinite, but I don't. There probably shouldn't be any of those here. And this, oh, okay, that looks so much better than it did last year when they showed it off. Again, I do miss. Oh no. Okay, we'll get back to that in a second. I do miss the sort of cartoonish aesthetic of the original game. I'm not big in hyperrealism, but judging it for what it is as a demonstration of hyperrealism, this is one of the prettiest looking things I've seen in a video game in a long time. Like, honestly, it is absolutely stunning. I love the way this level looks now. Not so much that shit I hate. I hate this studio's philosophy when it comes to designing foreigner architecture, but when it comes to these exterior environments, they have hit the nail on the head pretty much every time. Anyway, so what we're trying to do here is we're going to try to see if we can still play this mission the way we want to, and not be forced to go down the routes that you're strongly encouraged to take, which is to obviously storm the beach with the Marines and clear out all the hostiles. It looks like it's gonna let me, or at least I'm gonna try, because there's still those red markers in the distance that are telling me, hey, you should probably go over. Might have gotten a little too aggressive. We're fine. You can try to run me down all you want, but it's not gonna. Okay, let's grenade you. Give myself a chance to regenerate shields. It looks like it's letting me, like it's giving me checkpoints, but it also has the red markers over there for the enemies I gotta kill, and then a blue dot over there for the entrance to the Cartographer. So I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen when I go up there, but we're gonna try. We're gonna have a little experiment. Because that's the whole point is this. And to be clear, this isn't how I normally play this mission. I normally like to do it the other way around, the way that you're encouraged to do so. I guess the golden path. That's how I usually like to do this mission, because it feels the most natural from a narrative perspective. But I'm doing it this way for this playthrough, specifically because I want to see how much of the original design philosophy has been maintained. They're doing good so far. but it all depends on what happens, because the game's navigation system seems to be unsure what's happening right now. It doesn't seem to like that I'm going this way. So I'm interested in seeing what happens next. Also, I should probably... Did any of you have a needler? I wasn't paying too much attention to what weapons you guys had. But if you have a needler, I'd like to yoink one for myself to deal with the hunters up ahead. Looks like we might be going needleless, which, okay. Well, this might be our first proper tough fight against the hunters then, because we only have one plasma grenade, and I don't have any other powerful weapons, or I don't have any power weapons, I guess I should say. So, here goes nothing. But there should be overshields here. Okay. So then why weren't they... I guess they just hadn't been implemented yet. That's kind of weird. Uh-oh. I am stuck. I'm stuck. I got stuck and I missed my grenade. Not great. Okay. Let's do a little bit of a dance. You guys want to... Oh, shit. They wanted to dance, all right. They certainly wanted to dance. Let's try moving out of the way a little bit faster this time. Oh, all the way... Oh. Down here? Okay. I would have thought the game would at least checkpoint me after this encounter. But I guess not. Strange. Well, it's not like these guys are the hardest things in the world to take out, so it's not a big deal. Just kind of... Oh, hey! You know what? This was all part of the plan. This was all part of the great plan the whole time, was to die and oh my god. Would like to get a different weapon. This. Oh, okay. They don't lock on as cleanly as they did previously, which is probably a good thing. It's not an insta kill guarantee. Whew. Alright, yeah, let's pretend this was all part of the grand plan to reset the weapon RNG by dying and getting more plasma grenades and... Hi, I saw your arms in the air, I swear to you. I saw his arms in the air, and I swear to you, I thought he was going kamikaze, because that's the same way the grunts look when they hold their hands up like that. Okay, still no checkpoint, huh? I guess I can only assume that's to compensate for the fact that they took out the tree, which means that you can now bring the Warthog up here and completely trivialize this encounter. I missed every single one of those grenades, didn't I? I sure did. I missed every single one of those grenades. Wow. I didn't stick them even once with the plasma grenades. Okay. Yeah, I guess the lack of checkpoint is just to compensate for the fact that you can bring the Warthog up there. I'm going to stubbornly refuse to bring the Warthog up there. Although it's not like it wouldn't really help me even if I could, because I don't have any Marines to go up there with. I kind of left them all behind on the beach, but that's fine. We don't need Marines. Hey, I played the original Comet Evolves, and I took out these hunters without a Warthog, so I don't need one here. I don't need one here either. Where we're going, we don't need Warthogs. I do need your Needler, though. Although it didn't seem to be too effective, but it was effective the last time we used a Needler against these guys. Also, there should be a weapons cache up here. I'm just realizing there should be. Yeah, we can get more pistol ammo. The main thing is to get that overshield. So let's go ahead and outstrafe these guys. Oh lord, give me the overshield. Nice. All right, stick him in the back. Okay, that one I stuck. This guy's going down. Oh no. Uh-oh. Hello. Hold still, you little prick. Alright. There. Looks like we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way now. Really don't appreciate the audio stuttering. Oh, there is one other thing. After I kill this guy. There. Okay. That was the first proper hunter fight that felt like a battle against hunters the way they should be. Because, as you may recall from previous encounters against these guys, they did not go down the way... They went down a little too easy for my liking, just because you can stick them with plasma grenades and kill them instantly. But these guys put up a bit of a tougher fight for some reason, which was nice. It actually supports the philosophy that Halo Studios is implementing of making the hunters into actually proper challenging mini-bosses, so that went pretty well. Of course, most players will just take the Warthog up here, so they won't really get to have that experience, but that was pretty neat. Also, I think... I can't really get a good angle on this, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure I saw a little dot on their backs, and when I hit it, I think that counted for extra damage, which I'm guessing is Halo Studios' way of maintaining the spirit of the original, and that there's a weak point on the back you have to aim for, but it's a lot smaller and harder to hit. And it may not even be an insta-kill, probably just does extra damage, but it felt like an insta-kill because of the grenade sticks that I hit, so... yeah. Hunters are kind of growing on me, I don't know. Again, this is probably... I don't know how confusing this is going to be to watch, hearing my thoughts on this game be in constant flux, but I guess that's just the nature of experiencing something for the first time. And this has been all over the place so far. I have very conflicting feelings on a lot of things. But I am impressed that the game is actually letting me do this. The real test is going to be when we get down into the room below, and if it actually allows me to progress. Because there is a distinct possibility that we get down there and then... well, I assume the game wouldn't just break, right? Like, that would be beyond amateurish. I'm hoping that they're going to account for this in some capacity. Even if it's not like the original where the cutscene has different dialogue options for what order players do things in. I'm hoping there's at least something. Okay, these... first, let me take out this elite. There. I normally like to save the overshield. I normally like to save one overshield for after the fight against the hunters, but obviously I ended up needing them both because they proved to be a little tougher than I was expecting them to be. Oh, and the thing I wanted to mention previously, there is a possibility for, another possibility for what might be going on with the audio in this game, because when I first played Halo Infinite on Legendary, I streamed my playthrough on my PC. I played through the game originally on Heroic on Xbox Series X, and I just recorded it for a standard Let's Play. And then when I did my Legendary run, I live streamed it on my channel from my computer, and I was playing it on my computer with my wireless headset, the same one I'm using right now, and it's the official Halo branded Razer. I think it's called Razer Kyra Pro. Hashtag not sponsored. Headset. I got it for Christmas that year, so I decided to give it a whirl. Figure it made sense to use the official Halo headset for when playing. Where are the grunts? No grunts? There's supposed to be grunts here. You're supposed to come around this corner, and there's supposed to be a group of grunts here. Oh, there they are. They were just hiding in here for some reason. No more? No, there should be one more down here. Hello. Two more, actually. Yeah, okay. I still don't know. Is it their methane tanks that are exploding? I still haven't figured out exactly what's causing all these explosions. Like, it's clear there is an explosion, I don't want to say problem. There is a tendency to have explosions in this game. I still haven't figured out exactly what the source of those explosions is, but it's definitely a thing. But I'm glad to see the overshields are here. I guess that part of the game just wasn't ready yet when they showed it off in October. Anyway, the thing, so I figured it made sense to stream Halo Infinite with my Halo branded Razer headset. Or at least silly, what a fool I was. But I noticed when I was streaming the game, wow. Okay. I think I said this before, but in case I didn't, not a fan of the hunters being able to instantly one-shot you. Yeah, I feel like that little dot on their back has got to be... If you can hit it, which obviously it's not easy to do, but I feel like that's got to be a weak point of sorts. I noticed that the audio was stuttering a lot while I was playing the game on Legendary, and I didn't know what was causing that. But then I did a little bit of research after the fact, and I discovered, oh, the thing that's causing it is my official Halo-branded wireless headset. I shit you not, literally that specific headset is what was causing all the problems with the... Okay, not exactly how I foresaw that going. Can I jump through here? I sure can't. Well, I guess we didn't really get to try out the weak spot, but we still made it work. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another overshield. I usually like to save another overshield. There's usually 3 up here in the original game. There's only 2 here in the remake. I usually like to save one of these for when I slide down, but I don't think I'm gonna need to because it doesn't look like it's quite as far down, and there's a bit more generous geometry here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this overshield now and get this ready, because after we activate this switch, there's gonna be a bunch of invisible elites. So I definitely want to have this prepared for that encounter. Now, is the game going to break when I come in here? Because there are some indicators on my HUD that give me the impression the game may break. Also, did they fix this? They sure didn't. It still looks just as boring and bland and uninspired as it did in the demo last year. It was so colorful in the original, and it had a bunch of moving pieces, but now it's just I mean, there's some moving parts. I think they added a couple moving lines, but it still is nothing compared to what it was like in the original. Anything interesting? Oh, there's gotta be something hidden around here. Surely there's gotta be something. Because this whole area wasn't here in the original game. Aha! We found our first terminal. That's the Oni symbol. Why is there an Oni symbol on a Halo ring? That's a bit... On a previously undiscovered Halo ring? That's a tad strange. Is it not gonna read? Do I have to... How do I read the terminal? Is it a thing that's only accessible from the menu? Like the main menu? Because that would be lame as fuck if you couldn't actually read the terminals in the... I'm going to assume in good faith that I'm just missing something here. Because that would be profoundly disappointing if you can't actually read the terminals in the game itself and you have to leave the or you have to go back to the main menu to do that. I hope that's not what's happening here. And I don't think there was a skull up here in the original, in the anniversary they put a skull up there. It wasn't there in the campaign demo, so I assume it's not going to be in the finished version either. Anyway, please work. Okay, cool.
This isn't the map room. Analyzing. This is a security override station for the main facility located somewhere else on this island. We need to go to the main facility. Let's head back down the beach.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood. We're on our way.
Also, I'm just realizing the invisible guys have shields. Oh, is that it? Only 2? There were like 6 of them in the original game. Only 2? Alright. I mean, sure. I guess... So I guess the way they would justify that is that in the original game there were 6, but they didn't have shields, whereas in this game there's only 2, but they have shields. I don't like that though. I liked... I think that was how they balanced it. Was sure the elites are invisible and you can't see them, which means it's also harder to lock onto them once you do see them. But they have almost no health, so if you can get a shot on them, then you're pretty much home free. I don't think I like that they gave them shields now. Well, unless I just massively misread that and they weren't invisible elites. But not entirely sure. Anyway, where is my rocket launcher? There it is. Let's try out Mr. Rocket Launcher. See how this thing fares against some of the enemies. Okay, I will say, I am impressed. Oh, okay, well, how about fuck you? How about fuck you and the EMP pistol you rode in on? Haha, got him. I honestly thought there was a distinct possibility the game was just gonna completely screw me over, and it wasn't gonna let me. But we have. Hold on, before I get any further, come on. No. Fuck you. This is so lame. I can't believe that they don't let you drive into the ocean. Oh wait. No, it was just a slightly. I mean, it's cool that you can see the Warthog leaving tire tracks in the sand. Again, the game looks fucking gorgeous. Like, my god, it looks so good. But, like, one of the people's favorite things to do is to just drive around into the ocean and muck around. It's actually unbelievable to me that they would have thought that they would have cut that for the remake. What are those things? Because there's more than one of them, I'm realizing. Maybe they are meant to be spires? Maybe that's something they retrofitted. Maybe that's kind of one of the things I was talking about earlier in the LP, was the idea of retrofitting previous games with future lore elements. Maybe those are supposed to be Alpha Halo's version of the spires that we see on Zeta Halo. That could be the case. They don't look the same, but I don't really know what else they could be, but they're cool. Kind of mysterious. I am impressed the game did actually let me do that first. Oh, my Marines actually killed these guys? But did my Marines survive? Or did they despawn? So in the original game, what would happen if you do what I did in this today, and you go to the security facility before going to the main entrance of the Cartographer? This battle will still be ongoing. It'll essentially be frozen in time, and then you come back with the heavy artillery you picked up from Bravo 22 with the rocket launcher and everything, that you can help rejoin your Marines to clear out all the enemies. But it seems like in my absence, the game just killed everything for me, but also despawned the Marines, which is kind of sucky and lame and boring, and I hate that. Because now I don't have any Marines to take with me going up to the Cartographer. Oh, that audio stuttering is so bad. Yeah, so I brought up the audio stuttering before because I was thinking, is it at all possible that the same thing is happening with this game? I want to believe it wouldn't be the case, but wouldn't it be so funny if it was, that two separate Halo games have severe audio stuttering problems if you use a specific brand of headset? And by specific brand of headset, I mean the Halo branded headset. I don't know. Did they despawn here too? Oh yeah, they just despawned everything. Yeah, that's not at all how this worked in the original game, but oh well. At least it let me go there first. I mean, it clearly wasn't perfect, right? Because obviously there were some waypoint markers that stuck around a little too long. Okay, let's go. Oh wait, okay, the cave's still here. Cool. Let me park you. Oh, this. Oh, they made this. Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought they made the cave a lot tighter, but no, it's just, I was just in the later part of it. Whoa, hey, whoa, skull. I saw that. Where was that? I saw that. You saw that, right? You saw the notification pick up. Where? What? What the hell is that? I'm not exactly sure what that's meant to be. Also, where is the skull? Am I like actually blind? What the is the Warthog over the skull? Okay, am I Wait, is that? Oh, okay. This. Okay. There it is. There. It was blending in. That is a diabolically well camouflaged skull. But that's cool. This is a good place to put the skull, because this is one of those caves that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. I always come up here because it's a good place to stash the warthog and keep it out of sight from all the enemies, so you can keep the warthog alive. But yeah, it's cool they actually put a collectible there. See, that's the kind of stuff. That's what they should have done with the ocean. They should have let players drive out there, because like there was nothing to actually find out in the ocean in the original game. It was literally just for the novelty and the fun of being able to drive around and just mess around out there. But, and so that could be an argument for why it needed to be... Oh, shit, they took out the... Oh, wow. They took out the... I didn't even realize that. They took out the ramp. There's usually a ramp here. So now the only way up is through the cave. Interesting. It's kind of a weird choice. You could use the argument of... There is nothing to find out there, so therefore you don't need to drive out into the ocean if there's nothing to find. But the counter argument to that would be, okay, well, if there's nothing interesting out there to find, then why don't you put something interesting out there to find, since, you know, you're remaking the game? Ow. And they did that for the cave. That makes sense. That's a good place to put the skull, is inside that cave. Oh, all the way back here? Okay. I just wish they did the same thing for the ocean. Put something cool out there.
They're already inside. We have to get in there and stop them before they learn the location of the control center. We should now have access to the main facility. Let's find the bathroom.
Interesting AI. I kind of don't want to waste my rockets on these guys. But I guess I can go back and get some more ammo. Oh. That's funny. I didn't even intend for that to happen, but that's funny. He just fell. Did I break his AI? Wait a minute. Okay, no. I thought... Wait, is he gonna move? You gonna move? You gonna move, bro? You feeling like going for a stroll? Oh, did I actually break his AI? Oh my god. I think I actually broke his AI. I don't think the hunters are programmed to actually follow you outside the structure itself. Oh, that's fucking hilarious, actually. What happens if I get, like, right up next to him? Is he not even gonna punch? Oh my god, I actually broke his AI. That's so funny. Wow. I can't fucking believe that. I can't fucking believe that. Really? You didn't... Yeah, so, in case it needs to be said, this would not happen in the original game. The enemies could and would follow you outside their designated, because they didn't really have designated areas. I mean, I'm sure they did by necessity, but it was, for all intents and purposes, they may as well not have had designated, like, play zones. The zone in which they were authorized to engage was it was so wide you wouldn't even really notice they had a zone. But this, wow. I mean, wow. I am embarrassed on behalf of Halo Studios that was allowed to make it. I'm kind of getting the impression that this game is, what's the word? Unfinished? There's a lot of technical issues. Maybe not nearly as many as I thought there was going to be. I guess it makes sense this would be before the skull. Or before I got the skull. Maybe not as many technical issues as I thought there were going to be, but still, it's not an insignificant amount. Oh wait, did these spawn all these guys too? Oh, so I just like skipped half the level. That wasn't the way the original game worked. You weren't skipping encounters. You were just doing encounters.
The Covenant are
Tell me they
putting
put a
up
fucking
fight.
arrow on the floor.
Cartographer must be-
Bro, where else are you gonna go? There's only one way down. What do you mean you put an arrow on the Bro,
Let's
come
keep going
on.
inside.
Come on, bro. Okay. Yeah, so it seems like going the way I went skipped a lot of the encounters, which was not the way it worked in the original game. It was just you would come back and do those encounters later instead of coming back to an empty area altogether. That's sucky. But yeah, this game feels unfinished in a lot of areas. I get the sense that they were hoping to release this in November to commemorate the 25th anniversary. I don't know why the hell they play the main Halo theme for this random cutscene. Yeah, I don't get that. That's probably the clearest indicator to me of the Disney live action remake syndrome, where it's literally just let's make it longer for no reason. I do wonder if I can, because in the original game, the speedrunning tactic was to slide down there. They've clearly moved the geometry around. So, oh well, actually, you know what? Let's try it. Of course. I mean, to be fair, it's not like you could just jump down there in the original game. You had to know what you were doing. You had to like nail the crouch jump to do that. But I should at least be able to do it onto that level, surely. Oh, maybe not. I think they might have placed the geometry in such a way to make it pretty much impossible for you to. Oh, I spawned almost off the edge. To make it almost impossible for you to actually make the jump down there, because I hit my head against the building last time. So this might be a non-starter, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, it is actually a good thing, because I was gonna criticize if I was able to just jump down there and skip this whole part of the level. I was gonna criticize that because you shouldn't be able to do that. Although I do still kind of want to try. Oh. YOLO. YOLO, motherfuckers. Well, I have no clue where I am now, but you know what? It worked. That was not the way that was supposed to go, but it worked. Okay. Well, I guess I'll be, I guess we'll be examining the level design of those lower portions of Sonic Cartographer on the way up, because we skipped them all on the way down. Okay, well that was not exactly how I saw this playing out, but you know what, we're gonna roll with it.
Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple. Or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly. Interesting. A shrine is an unlikely place to put such a significant installation. Cortana to Captain Keyes.
The captain has dropped out of contact, Cortana. His ship may be out of range or having equipment problems.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've reestablished contact and relay to him that the Master Chief and I have determined the location of the control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
Affirmative. Full hammer out.
We have what we came for. Let's get back to the upper floor.
See, like, some of these cutscenes are really cool, like some of the stuff in the opening mission with Pillar of Autumn. But some of them are just strange and feel like everything takes longer for no reason. I don't know. Oh, you know what I need to check? I need to check if they kept the hole. Because there's a hole that not a lot of people know about. You know something? I didn't retrieve my rocket launcher. Oops. I usually have a rocket launcher for this part of the level. Well, guess we're winging it. I usually like to have a rocket launcher because these next couple rooms can be pretty tough without one. But I guess we're gonna have to improvise a little bit. Anyway, yeah, some of the cutscenes feel like they were improved with some more dynamic blocking, but a lot of the cutscenes in this game really do. Also, there should be a camo in here. Maybe I can use this instead. Aha! See? Because usually I would use this camo on the way down, but because I skipped the part of the level where I completely skipped all this the first time around, I didn't get to use the active camo on the way down, so now I can use it on the way up to hopefully try to take out some of the elites in this area. What the fuck? Dude, what? 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 What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm literally invisible. I'm literally invisible. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you actually mean that you saw me? Okay, well. Yeah, active camouflage seems kind of shit in this game. I'm gonna be honest. Active camouflage seems properly terrible. At least the overshield's nice. But active camouflage, man, like I don't like this. This is another thing. I'm noticing that some of the enemies, when you would ordinarily, because this is a spot in the original game where you would find jackals. Holy shit! Uh-oh. This might be bad. He's just camping at the top. Hey, what if I... Okay, that wasn't gonna be... Okay, I was gonna try to push him off the edge, like the last guy, to get him outside of his play area. That wasn't not gonna be quite as easy. Oh no, down here? Okay, well, I mean, it's after I grab camo, so I'll just turn the camo back on again. Actually, I should probably save active camo for when we go up against the hunters. That's probably the smarter idea. But yeah, it's cool that I can use it on the way up since I skipped everything here going on the way down. But so, that spot, that little round staircase that I was in just there where I died, or just before where I died, that was a spot where in the original game the jackals would be patrolling, and it helped them feel alive that they were here. They weren't just waiting around for you to come and for them to kill you, that they had other shit to do. But when I just walk into an area and the enemies aren't doing anything, it kind of makes the game feel really artificial. I don't like that. I like when I enter a room and I see the enemies patrolling around, like actively hunting for me, or just investigating the area, not standing around like video game NPCs waiting for me to show up. That feels a little disappointing. All right, let's go camo mode. Not that it matters, because camo is shit in this game. Okay, let's just get out of this area. Let's take this little tunnel. Surely they can't possibly see me. Well, I guess let's go around the other way. Surely they can't possibly see me, right? Nope, they still see me. They actually still see me. So why do I even have this camo then? Okay. So I will say, I did go into that encounter with my flashlight turned on. That might have impacted things somewhat. Let's try to do it one more time, this time with the flashlight turned off. Because it would make sense if they could still see me with the flashlight on. But this time we're going to try it with the flashlight off. And if they can still see me with the flashlight off, at that point, there really isn't an excuse for why they should still be able to see me. No way you see me. Nope, he sees me. He fucking sees me. Okay, so it's just useless then. it is actually just useless. There's literally no point to having this on when they can still see you no matter what. Okay, that's cool. Well, at least we know for the future. Take a stick. I got an achievement for breaking off hunter plates, I think. Yeah, break out 2,500 back plates. I think the play here is take out all of the infantry units first before we even bother engaging the hunters themselves. Any grenades or anything worthwhile I can pick up along here? I'm really wishing I held on to my rocket launcher. I'm really wishing I remembered to grab that. But, okay. I really am not a fan of the one-hit kill arm cannon thing. Like, even that is more akin to Halo 5 and infinite difficulty balancing for hunters, which is one of the worst things about Infinite is the way the hunters are balanced. And again, we're only on heroic. I loathe to find out what these guys are like on legendary. Let's try to grenade their armor plating off. No, you stay away now. Okay, I think that's all the infantry, right? I think it's just the hunters now. I think it's just the hunters. Okay, let's ditch this plasma rifle for the assault rifle I saw over here. And this is, oh, all right, one more lone infantry. Oh, there's a needler here. Awesome. That's what I'm looking for. Grenade. That was not at all how I wanted that grenade to go. Jesus, man, they are unrelenting. All right. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. Take some needles. I wish I knew which was the one that I stuck. Okay, I'm assuming that one. Holy shit. Let's skedaddle. I said let's, okay, I guess we're gonna skedaddle this way. Well, we got some use out of the needler. There's only you left now. Don't really have a lot I can use to my advantage here. I'm thinking we go fisticuffs. I'm thinking we go straight up fisticuffs. Hello? Oh, yeah, that worked. Nailed it. I'm guessing that's because I hit the weak spot. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. For all of the reasons in the world, it would make sense. If that was the, if that was a weak spot. Alright, this is the room where it would be really nice if I had a rocket launcher on hand. And I will say that this is wholly on me for not bringing the rocket launcher with me. They gave me a rocket launcher and I just completely forgot to bring it up here. So that one's on me. But it does, it does unfortunately exacerbate the issues I have with the hunters, because, man, that insta-kill arm cannon thing really sucks. Feels like you have to get lucky. Oh, hey, I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna try to flank me. I knew you were gonna try to flank me. Didn't work out too well for you, though. Better luck next time, friendo. One more elite, I think. No? Oh, yeah, there he is. Stay in that corner. Still in the corner? Oh, what the f— I have absolutely no idea what killed me. Oh my god, what an interesting checkpoint. I spawn in and I'm immediately getting shot at. Very interesting checkpoint indeed. The only I can assume happened there was I walked through a plasma burn on the ground and that killed me. Otherwise, I have no way to explain what the hell happened there. Okay, I'm ready for a flank. Yep. Oh, a double flank. There's two of them. Oh, that's a grenade. I'm gonna let that take you out. Shout out to whatever absolute legend on the Covenant team threw that grenade. That did wonders for my game. You going? Oh, hey. Boop. Oh no. We're good. Okay, one last thing to check before we leave. Did they keep the hole in the floor? Oh, they sure did. And not only did they keep it, but they made it more explicit. Nice. Okay. I was really confident they were not going to keep that. But they did. I'm impressed. I mean, it doesn't drop out the same spot that it does in the original game, but that's still pretty cool. I would have... That's one of those minor nuances in the level design that I would have expected to be totally paved over in the remake, but they actually kept it. I'm impressed. I'm glad they kept that. Now then, let's kill Mr. Big Boy Sword Elite. Big Boy Sword Elite? Okay, now I'm actually nervous. It is actually deeply concerning to me that Big Boy Sword Elite is not attacked yet. Because that's the whole point of that cutscene, is they tease the Gold Commander Sword Elite. Alright. I mean, that's a much more boring place to put him, because you have way more time to react. I guess that's... The only reason I can fathom for why that would be the place is because they thought it was too unfair in the original. Like, you didn't have enough time to react. But... oh well. At least they kept him. At least they kept the... I was getting legitimately worried there for a second that they were just gonna not keep the Sword Elite. It's, would not have surprised me if they didn't. But thankfully they did. Okay. Suck you. Yeah, I don't like that they've given the invisible elites shields now. That definitely messes with the difficulty balancing, and not in a way I appreciate. Suck that guy. Oh no. Uh-oh. Is that all of them? I think we're in the clear. No, we are not. We are most decidedly not in the clear. Now we are, though.
Let's get moving.
Alright, now how are they gonna do this cutscene? Oh, are they just not gonna show it? Oh, you fucking cheap hacks.
Shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels that circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on the money, Cortana. This pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Fohammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground.
You cheap little shits. See, okay, so that was one of the things that I was wondering about from when we saw this game get revealed, was they changed the design of the forerunner structure that's by that first hunter encounter we had some problems with earlier in this mission. They changed it from being a massive... It's a kind of an unorthodox structure in the original. And you wonder why it looks like that. And then you realize later, oh, it's because this whole area... This thing I'm standing on right now is actually a massive swinging hatch door. But they changed the design in the new one to where it can't possibly open the way a swinging hatch would. So I wonder how they were going to account for that in the remake. And the answer is they just didn't. They just didn't show it at all. So we have no idea where we actually entered this part of the ring from. But that was kind of a cool reveal in the original, is that, like, the whole time you were standing on an entrance to a secret subterranean part of the ring and you had no idea the whole time. That was pretty cool. And I don't really like that they removed that for no reason. I mean, that's a minor thing in the grand scheme of things. I fully acknowledge that, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of neat. I'm sad that it's gone. This does look cool, though. This kind of gives me vibes of Halsey's underground area in the package with the ice, and that kind of sets the tone nicely for, because this is Assault on the Control and we're going to a snow level now, so it kind of sets the tone nicely for the type of environment we're about to explore. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. I mean, I still don't care for all of this. It's still way too shiny and polished, but I like to call out the nice things when I see them. And that will be where we leave things for today's episode. Overall impressions, my impressions for that are better than they were for Truth and Reconciliation, that's for sure. Still some minor hiccups here and there. I don't like that playing sequences out of order just allows you to straight up skip encounters instead of what the original game did, which was just give you a different experience without losing any of the original content. The fact that the Hunter's AI can be broken that easily is hilarious. I almost can't even be mad about that. The fact that you can't read terminals, I guess, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and save and exit real quick so we can go check out the terminal. The fact that you can't, I'm hoping that I just missed something and you can't actually read them in-game, because if you can't read them in-game, that is horrible. I would hate it if that's the case. I don't really have any, oh, and also the fact that the enemies weren't patrolling was disappointing. I like that they kept the sequence break, but not in a way that, like, they didn't make it easier, they didn't make it harder, they just made it similarly challenging, I suppose. It's just in a different kind of way. So definitely overall stronger impressions, and I'm not going to criticize the difficulty of that last section, because that's on me. I completely neglected to bring the rocket launcher with me. That's totally on me. The last mission can go suck it, but that one was totally on me. So I'm not really going to knock off points for that. That mission did better than I thought it was going to. Did better than the last one for sure. Still love, the beach looked stunning. It looked a lot better than it did in the original demo. So points there. I'm not going to read this here at the end of the video. I will say this. I'm glad they brought back text-based terminals, but this isn't really what I had in mind. They worked really well in Halo 3 because of the locations you found them were really eerie, and they were off the beaten path, and they were isolated, and they were kind of creepy, which played into the tone and of the story that you were reading through the terminals. But it's being able to read this on the main menu with the bombastic Halo music in the background, not really the same. Because it would have been cool to read this in the level, in that, because that was a really good place to hide a terminal. Nice and atmospheric, nice and moody. I don't get why they would have. I don't know. I guess maybe I should just be amazed this game even got shipped at all, because I guess they didn't have the resources to allow you to read text in the mission. Anyway, next episode should be interesting, because that's probably going to be another level, or at least I hope it's another level that brings forth some level design changes, because Assault on the Control Room is probably the first major part of the original game where level design starts to take something of a decline once you get to the interior spaces, because they repeat the same room like 9 times in a row. And it's never bothered me because of how dynamic the gameplay loop is, but it obviously bothers a lot of people how repetitive the level design gets, and I understand why people are frustrated by that. So here's hoping they make some interesting changes there. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. So that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time, and I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Halo Campaign Evolved. Goodbye.